I like to go to church.
Hey, were you at worship night?
I like to go to theme parks.
They put actual lemons in there.
I like to go to the park. I like to go all kinds of places.
One night I came here and I just watched the sunset.
Michael Lincoln McCrate is a man on the move.
People know me everywhere in Port St. Lucie. Literally everywhere.
Whether it's going to church, community events, or work, the freedom to get behind the wheel and go is something he doesn't take for granted.
I go pretty much anywhere and everywhere now that I have a vehicle, because one of the rights that was taken away from me is not allowed to have a driver's license.
Not only was Michael not allowed to drive, he couldn't vote or even spend his own money. He couldn't go anywhere or do anything without permission of his court-appointed guardian.
Why am I here? Why am I here? Why did I deserve this?
Michael, who has a disability, says things started going wrong when he turned 18 and aged out of the foster care system. Suddenly, he was being evaluated by doctors and lawyers with no explanation, until a St. Lucie County judge told him someone had petitioned the court to make Michael a ward of the state.
They were like, okay, you're incapacitated, all your rights are taken. And I didn't even get a chance to speak.
They
It's
never
important.
educated you about this guardianship. They never told you that you have a right to challenge it. This
Nope.
is wrong.
You're telling me? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're telling me.
Michael was sent to live in this Port St. Lucie group home that he says felt like jail. For 2 years, the court-appointed guardian controlled every aspect of his life, cutting off his phone and internet access, monitoring him closely every time he left the house. Desperate, he hatched a plan and pretended to need cash to buy a book. The guardian gave him $60, which he used to secretly buy a cheap cell phone. Then Michael hid in a closet and called a lawyer.
Mike's experience really just goes to show and speaks to what an amazing advocate he is, because he realized this is not what I want and was determined to get out of it.
Viviana Bonilla Lopez is an advocate with Disability Rights Florida. She tells CBS 12 News Michael's lawyer quickly realized that he was more than capable of living on his own. So she petitioned the court for a new capacity evaluation, and an independent examiner agreed that Michael should be released from guardianship. Now he's participating in a program called Supported Decision Making.
Look at that house way out there. That's beautiful.
That means a team of trusted adults, like his pastor, will help advise and guide him when making big decisions. Michael is the first person in Florida to get out of a guardianship using the supported decision-making model, and his case has already had an impact on others.
It's something that is definitely gaining momentum, and we're trying to educate the courts and judges about this.
The fact that somebody like you could be placed into a guardianship, what does that say about the system?
That there's cracks in the system that's not being fixed. There's major cracks.
Today, Michael is working to fix them.
Michael, it's good to have you here with us today.
He's working on a bill to free other people trapped in guardianships like he was. Asked to serve on a statewide guardianship task force with clerks, judges, lawyers, and advocates, he represents wards.
And I look forward to making a difference in the guardianship statutes.
This new task force is taking a critical look at the entire guardianship system and will ultimately recommend reforms to the Florida legislature.
This is something where we should be the leading state in the union as far as having the best guardianship program out of any 50 states, and we don't. That's the honest truth.
Truth found in news stories like this one.
And I'm always angry.
As the I-Team first reported, Guardian Lynrod Douglas was convicted of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from his wards. And it goes far beyond embezzlement. Other guardians have been charged with mismanagement, neglect, even abuse. Michael and Viviana want judges to consider supported decision-making first before putting someone in a guardianship.
And we're hoping that it will really take a lot of people out of the system of guardianship for whom there are better alternatives out there under Florida law.
Too often, she says, judges aren't even aware that they have alternatives, like supported decision-making.
How does it make you feel to know that there are people who are suffering just like you suffered?
PO'd, upset, ticked, but that's why I'm doing what I'm doing to make a difference in people's lives.
In the meantime, Michael is enjoying his newfound freedom.
Drive like the wind.
He's got a busy social life,
What did it taste like?
an apartment,
When I'm with Guardian Angels, I have full gear.
and holds down a job as a security officer at a local country club.
If the people who put you in guardianship could see you now, what do you think they would think of your life?
They would probably be jealous or ticked just because they said that I would not get my rights back.
So that could go like to get free.
But maybe they'll be proud of me. You never know.